Our schools are located all over the country in large cities or medium-sized cities. Because every Cristo Rey student works all 4 years of high school 1 day a week, we need to be located in cities where there are jobs available. These are real jobs with real responsibilities. We exclusively serve students from families of modest financial means. The big idea is to open the door of access to quality college and career preparatory education that our students probably would not be able to access otherwise if it were not for Cristo Rey. Our students work in professional niches across the board. They work in hospitals, engineering firms, law firms, anywhere where people who are employed there typically have a college degree. In doing so, our students are developing social capital. They're developing specific skills that they can use today in the workplace, in the classroom, and that they can carry out the door and use down the road in college. So human skills or soft skills like taking initiative and communication, as well as more technical skills like having competence in Microsoft Office. The Howley Foundation has been remarkably generous to the Cristo Rey Network, with gifts and pledges approaching $9 million. They have invested in student retention, keeping the promise to the students we've admitted. They invested in very practical approaches, like during the pandemic when we had to pivot in our corporate work study program to formulate remote work programs for the first time. Our students didn't necessarily have the skills to do good remote work. So the foundation invested in Microsoft Office certification for students so they could actually increase their skills and therefore provide more value at the workplace. They invested in a transformative math initiative, and then finally they've invested in college scholarships, helping with gap funding for students.
We first came across Cristo Rey, I want to say 15 to 16 years ago, when they were looking to start a school in Cleveland. We came into this work because my wife, Laurie, and I believed that the only thing we could ever give our children that would stick was a quality education, some sense of right and wrong or moral structure, and some work ethic that the world didn't owe you. You had to contribute back. And we came across Cristo Rey, and we were quite enchanted by how close it hit. Typically, we primarily focus our educational philanthropy in Philadelphia and in Cleveland. However, as time went on, I became so impressed with the power of the Cristo Rey Network and the effectiveness of it that we started to fund the national network. That's quite unusual for us. We've also started to fund startup schools in other cities. Specifically, we have done Miami, Richmond, and Charlotte to date. Many of these students have never in their life been exposed to a professional work setting, to professional people like lawyers, like doctors, like business executives. They get to go in and interact with them every day, and they get to learn from them, and they also get to see these are people just like me. I can do this. The more I became involved in it over time, the more I found out and came to believe that the work experience was an integral part of the education.